Good day, everybody, and welcome back to the dark side. This is episode 4 of the Hypixel Skyblock Ironman series. So, firstly, a little farming update. We did get melon boots, and we'll be replacing the armor pieces one at a time so that we can start progressing through farming and get ourselves the croppy armor. Not much progress on the plots, as I've been just farming melons and focusing more on combat between episodes. So I haven't been putting anything in the composter yet. Jacob's contests are still bugged, so I'm not participating in them until this mayor is done. What's the mayor's name? Finnegan, I believe. Yeah. So Finnegan bugged the Jacob's contests for some reason, so I've just been farming melons, and if I got a contest, it's just a benefit. Interestingly enough, Finnegan, I believe, also brings in these odd NPCs that also buys from you, like the vinyl collector and the best something of the sort. But in getting the stuff for the pest NPC, he wanted some cheese. And we all know the easiest way to do that is to go to the hub, run around a little bit. Let me just get my speed sword. And then in some of these areas, you'll find a little rat running around. Let's see if we can find one now. They're usually at the back. But point being, we ran around looking for these rats, killing them until we got enough tasty cheese for the NPC, and we ended up getting a legendary rat. Now, I don't know what the chances of that are, but I felt pretty special. But nonetheless, we didn't make much progress in farming, but we're getting there slowly but surely. What is important to note, though, is our combat. So switching over to the Ender set, which is this one. Let me just switch out this helmet for the correct one. I did get a fierce cow hat for farming Arachne, I believe. Um, let's see if we have the right equipment on. Yes, we do. So when we go to visit one, we can now one-shot zealots. I believe we can do it without the Enderman pet. Yeah, so that's perfect. We've been grinding them a little bit, got a singular eye, and got some dragon parts. I don't know what they're called. Fragments? They're over here somewhere. This one. Yeah, fragments. So we got a few. That's not urgent to get an armor upgrade for that yet, but as we were grinding, we just killed the ender dragons as they were being spawned. Something important though is the spools that we got. So the way we got our combat or our damage high enough is a multitude of ways. Firstly, of course, is fierce armor, reforging the equipment, having a full set, and then using a void sword, because you get a bunch of extra damage just from using the void sword. Until we get the aspect of the end, that should be sufficient. But the reason we have the cow hats is specifically to let's go to the visit island again. Let's try number 2. So in the back here, there's Arachne's Sanctuary. So these guys will actually poison you a bunch unless you have the cow hat. Now, I was not aware of this thing existing before starting the Ironman because I never really needed it. And I never really needed that much damage that early on. Normally, I would just casually play and eventually come to Arachne. But if you come over here and just hit Arachne a couple of times, you will start getting the spools. So going back. I believe we have a couple of them still in here. Yeah, so the luxury spool. This you can hand in at the thaumaturgist. I think that's how you pronounce it. If you hand 9 in there, you'll get extra crit damage and speed. That gave us a major boost. And then, other than that, uh, just level up your combat skill, your Enderman pet, and eventually you'll start to one-shot the Enderman, and then eventually the Zealots as well, while also getting a bunch of useful stuff that we will need for later, such as the Arachne fragments and the fangs, and then, of course, the armor set. On the point of armor sets, I do actually want to take these out. I believe we should be able, come on, should be able to access the museum. So, so I actually want to take take all these items that we've been holding on to and take them to the museum because I don't want them clogging up my island right now. So we'll just hand them in there. If these items can't be donated there, I'll probably just avoid them. But as we upgrade, I'll start donating the stuff here just to make it a little bit easier. And then we of course unlock Madame Eleanor as a garden visitor as well. Okay, so just go in here, donate that, donate that, donate that. Oh, wrong area. And like that, we get our first bit of experience. So 10 out of 100 to milestone 1. Not too bad, just for random stuff lying around. Let's fix this. Another important milestone we made is we got the third Lotus gear and then a full set of mithril items. So I do actually want to go back to the visit area because I want to go to the forge. So with only 12 enchanted mithril, you can make yourself a full set of mithril equipment, and that will become useful once we get more into mining. But what I'm actually here for is the travel scroll to the Dwarven mine, the Dwarven forge. So that is only 80 titanium, which you can just go and mine when people abandon it. Enchanted ender pearls, which we have a bunch of, and 48 mithril and 25,000 coins. Very easy to get and very useful. I'm not sure if this is accessible to everyone or just MVP plus, but the travel scroll to the Dwarven mines is very difficult to get with grinding and grinding and grinding permissions every day. This one is just warp forge, and you'll come back here anyway, and it's probably more central than the other travel scroll anyway, so I feel this is a much better value for your money. And as we progress, of course, we will be upgrading our gear here as well. On a non-Ironman profile, this is actually a very good money-making method for early game, as you can sell the equipment for about 150 to 200k each, and you can upgrade your forge to produce it in about 40 minutes each. So it's pretty OP to do that. But for now, we're not going to be looking at mining. That is a whole nother grind that we are not ready for at all. Instead, I'm going to go back to the island and open my hunting box. Another little thing that I would suggest getting early on is the berries, so the yummy reforge. Actually, oh, the yummy shard. This grants you a 100% chance to drop double berries and sea loomies if you max it out. Now, oh, I did save this, so we are officially fully maxed with that. And this is actually very simple to get. And I learned that if you run a berry course for a full Minecraft day, you can actually get a legendary Agatha reward from that. So we did get, I believe it's in this chest, our first Starland prize, which I actually have no idea what that's for, but I've seen people say they're struggling to get a lot of them, so having one and not having a use for it this early on is probably a good thing. So just to demonstrate, if you warp Galatea, Galatea, essentially what you want to do to get this is just have your fishing net, and you're going to start at one point, go around harvesting the berries. Let's just get that out of our hand. You can even hold this in your hand, and essentially you're just going to go round and round, harvesting all the berries. And as soon as a berry like that spawns, you just throw your net at it and continue on. There's a lot over here, so I'm just going to run the course with you guys, showing you just a single run how much Agatha experience that gets us. So this is actually the largest area where most of them come. So you can sit here and AFK, but they do take a while to get their berries back. There's another berry. I am catching them because we might need them for some combinations later on. Let's see. And of course, the sea loomies is horrible to get when you don't have any fishing level. So this is going to be useful if we need sea loomies for any reason. So after harvesting that, you can come back over here and just run across the bridge. It's essentially running in a circle for a whole Minecraft day, but you should be able to max it out just by doing that. And of course, I am going to be crafting better salts. Here's another one that's been harvested. As we should always have a salt active, seeing that if we are in combat, it's just going to give us extra shards that we would not have had. I see someone else is also harvesting it on this. So if that happens, maybe just switch lobbies, because every single one is going to count towards your experience. So then there's more over here. Catching some fish while we go. You see there's so many here. You won't run out, and by the time you've run a full course and you're back at the start, the rest of them have regenerated already. So you're not sitting around and waiting for it. Just run all the way. And we're almost there. Of course, you'll be able to do this a lot faster, more efficient. But as you can see, here we're back at the start and we're almost at uncommon already, just from a single run. Okay, back on the island, I did swap out the redstone minions for coal minions and gave them all enchanted charcoal. Now, strangely enough, this does say for 36 hours, but the moment I put the enchanted coal in, it went to expires in 1 day, which is strange, but I'll just replace it as it goes. But the reason for this is I want to make, firstly, let me just get to the collection, the mining sacks, and then I think it's here. Where is it now? Here it is, the enchanted lava bucket. So to permanently increase the minions, I want to get the enchanted lava bucket as soon as possible and upgrade all the minions. We're just going to need, I think the maximum number is 31, but we'll be reasonable and switch out to another minion. Like I think Emerald is the one I want next, so that we can start unlocking bank upgrades. But for now, we're just gonna get about 20. No, yeah, no, that's too much. Maybe swap it out till 17, get 17 enchanted lava buckets, and then we'll switch over to Emerald to get that collection unlocked. But that's the progress that's happened off screen. We got the bandage mithril pickaxe, which is fairly simple to get. Other than that, nothing much. Oh, we have 104 pests. So if we warp to the garden, we can actually upgrade our, oh, cerise, upgrade our pest talisman. So coming over to this guy, shop, and get the pest hunter's artifact. That is the highest one, I believe. So for now, this gives us a 60% increased pest chance, which is going to be great. We have 16, so we'll go and upgrade them soon. But something else I would suggest getting soon enough, sooner rather than later, is get yourself the diver gear or the snorkeling gear. Go to Galatea, and then there's two things you want to get here as soon as possible. The first one is the verdants, which I'm going to show you guys. If you come down here, you just need to swim around. They also swim around in all the waters around the island, but the easiest place to get them is just over here, if I can catch them. There's another berry. But you're going to get that, and then we also need coralots. Now, coralots can be a pain, but the easiest way to farm them is get yourself a lead, put on your minimap, and look for some coralots around, or axolotls rather. Wonder if this lobby is going to have any. That's going to be easily obtainable. You're going to look around on the edge of the island. So this main area is going to be a nightmare, especially with people scaring them away. But you're going to want to craft normal leads, not the lasso. Once we locate this coralot, you're just going to plop the lead on him. And this way, if he runs away, he'll come back to you because he's going to be stuck on the lead. But there we catch him. And then we're just going to need 5 of that. So we currently have 3. So as soon as I get the 5th shard, I'll show you guys what we're going to do with that. Now, you can even lead multiple of them at the same time. They might be too far away. Sometimes you lose the leads. But honestly, leads are so cheap to get. It's not even a waste to get the correlate shard out of that. But what we're going to do is we're going to go back here and go to the fusion machine, and mixing the verdant and the correlate, you get a newt, which grants you up to 20% hunter fortune towards common attributes. So if you do that, you'll see that a lot of these ones that we caught are double catches. That is a direct result of me already leveling this up a little bit. We are currently level 5, going on to level 10, but I'll be doing that in between episodes as it is quite a grind to get that many Coralot shards. Other than that, not much progress on foraging, but I think there's more important things to focus on now. We did get everything we needed, got our damage up by a bunch, got enough enchanted ender pearls and ender pearls, so we will be setting up a little portal area and getting the travel scrolls, just so we don't have to visit the portal hub anymore, because it is quite redundant to go there and struggle to get a space in one of them. But yeah, that's been the progress. I think the next steps are going to be getting into fishing, as we are going to need a lot of fishing skill to upgrade our basic net to go for the more elusive shards, such as the um, what's it called, the dolphin one, the joyride or something like that, and then of course progress through that as well. And the basic fishing net just doesn't cut it. But to upgrade this, we are going to need flex bones, and that requires a lot of fishing for treasures. So, of course, the first step is going to the hub and going to talk to fisherwoman Enid, which is just sitting right here. So we're just going to talk, yeah, we're just going to talk to her. She just gives us a basic fishing rod, but that should be fine for now. And then the most fun part of Minecraft, fishing. And we're just going to follow this quest line. So the next part is reach fishing skill level 5. I think for that we are gonna have to upgrade this fishing rod for now, as I don't think we have any of the recipes for the better ones. Uh, Not hub island. So luckily with the end grinding, we got a bunch of grand experience bottles. So plop that in there. Just upgrade the lure. Luck of the sea, level 30. I'm not gonna plop them all down, but we'll do it one at a time, just to not waste any of them. Looting, I don't think we need looting right now. Uh, Sea creature chance is actually important, as sea creatures give you the most amount of fishing XP by killing them. So just get sea creature chance 5. Uh, Fishing speed, yeah, definitely gonna need that. Is it level 50 or what do we need for that? Level 48, perfect. Blessing increases the chance for treasure catches to be great or outstanding. I'm not going to put that on as I think we're going to need a lot of the lower levels. Impaling, magnet, additional experience orbs every time you successfully catch a fish. No. Sea creatures start with 2% reduced health. I think I'm going to put that one on. Let's see what that costs. 50 experience levels. Okay, and now our fishing rod should be in a fairly decent state just for the purposes of uh, gaining enough levels and ingredients to actually go to the bayou. So I'm going to fish for a little bit, and as soon as I'm level 5, I'll let you guys know. And fishing level 5. So now that that's done, I think the first thing we need to do is go back to the hub and go and talk to this fisherman over here just to get the starter fishing gear. So just buy the full angler set, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this full set gives you 6 health per fishing level, which isn't too great, and this full set as well. So let's quickly make ourselves a wardrobe slot for this. Swap this out. This will drastically increase our fishing speed as well. And let's swap over to it. And give us some extra sea creature chance as we go along. So I'm going to put this away as well. They really need to make a way to actually keep the equipment along with certain armor sets. If there is a way and I'm not aware of it, please let me know, as it's fairly frustrating to keep switching between equipment sets. But for now, I think we should have what we need. We're going to talk to Gerald. He's all the way at the fishing outpost. And he should put us on the quest to get to the bayou so we can actually start progressing significantly through fishing. Gavin and Gerald is this guy. And of course, there's a server reset. Can set sail. So I'm quickly gonna reset lobbies. So, and actually, the more important thing that I want from fishing is the sack of sacks. It comes from clownfish level 4, and if we look, fishing, clownfish, the smallest one is 100 clownfish, and then upgrade exponentially after that. But progressing through and keeping the sacks in my inventory is not going to be fun. So as we level up fishing, that's going to help as well to get us the sack of sacks so that we can actually start crafting them and not having our inventory be so cluttered. But I'm quickly going to fish up this rusty, whatever it's called, boat part, and then we'll go to the bayou. I'll see you guys when I'm done. There we go. We got the rusty ship engine. So I think we need to talk to the captain now, and he should allow us to put this on, and then we can go to the bayou. And there we go. Blackwater Bayou. We got some fish bait as well from that quest line. Okay, so of course the first thing we're gonna do is talk to Junker Joel, because we're not gonna be fishing for anything except rusty coins, busted bulk puzzles, and I think what's it called, old boots anytime soon. So we're gonna get the junk talus or the junk sinker. Yeah, the junk sinker from him. Let's go talk to Roddy so we can get this onto our rod. And add it. So now comes the tedious part. I think, who do we need to talk to here? I think it's, uh, are you kidding me? The second server reboot I get in the span of, I think, what, 3, 4 minutes. Let's just talk to her. We'll only be around for a little while, so cast your rod ASAP. Fishing speed. Let's just catch at least one thing here before the server closes. I see the bazaar is broken for some reason. Luckily, that doesn't affect me. We couldn't even catch one fish in that time. Okay, but I'm gonna look into getting the flying fish pet because I have no idea how to get that. Uh, spend some. Oh, actually, just look what is actually available for fishing because something like the chicken pets that I never knew existed might exist for fishing. But I think that's it for now. I'm gonna spend some time fishing. I might put in some clips here and there, but I think it's gonna be fairly boring, especially given the amount of time it's gonna take between catches. So for now, I think that's gonna be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Good evening, everybody. Future Dark Lord here. Before I got to editing this video, I realized between recording and editing, they actually changed something. They changed how to get the praying mantis. So just a little update on that. You're going to want to come over to the deep caverns, go down to Lapis, or make your way there manually. And you're just going to start fighting these guys with your hunt axe. Plop them in your black hole unit. And you're gonna want to get 5 of these. So we currently have one. I'll get the rest and then I'll see you guys. So coming back to Galatea, uh, you're just gonna fuse the Lapis zombie, which is very easy to farm, and the pest, and that's how you get the praying mantis now. I do believe, or I personally believe, this is a much better change as pests can be very tedious to get, and having to gather double the amount just to fuse them is quite painstaking and takes a while. So this will make things to get the praying mantis a lot simpler. But that's it, and see you guys next time.